All right, it's time for the retro review. We're going to be talking about WWF Monday Night Raw from October 5th, 1998. Pretty true. Before we get to the actual show review, let's go over some Wrestling Observer notes that were going on around this time. In the Observer, on October 5th, 1998, we have some things here. James Pulse Darnell Jizzy Dizzy got all these for us, by the way, so shouts out to James.
Awesome.
And I have some Pulse side notes in some of these, by the way. I don't know if I'm supposed to be reading these or not, but I'm going to read them, and if he wants me to keep them in, keep them in.
Okay, yeah.
On the Observer, October 5th, 1998, as expected, Scott Norton became only the third American ever and first in more than 7 years to win the IWGP Heavyweight title when he scored the pin on unlikely main event opponent Yuji Nagata on the New Japan Big Wednesday show on 9/23 at the Yokohama Arena before 14,000 fans. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Whoa, that's awesome. Scott, this was during the WCW New Japan deal, right? He was probably part of NWO
Did he ever,
squad, right?
I don't know would you know this? Did he ever come out on WCW TV with the IWGP belt?
Ooh, I feel like I've seen that belt on WCW, but I'm not sure that he was the one that had it.
Yeah, I don't know either. That'd be interesting. Maybe someone can let us know, or you can take a look while I read this.
I do remember there was the NWO B squad or C squad or something.
Sure, he was definitely B team. Yeah.
There is a photo of him with the title on
Nitro.
I guess this is Nitro. I'll send
was
you
it
the
Thunder?
photo.
If they put the IWGP title on
This is
Thunder?
the photo I see here, so I'm assuming it's Nitro.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Nitro. Yeah. Oh wow. That's so weird. You know what? I think I've also seen a picture of Virgil holding that belt too.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah.
So yeah, it might have been from the same show actually.
Oh, because people were mad that somebody else was. What was going on? There was something in AEW.
Yeah, something
where
weird.
Kenny.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Something going on. Like Michael Knockouts, I was holding one of Kenny's belts, and then they were mad.
Maybe.
And then someone posted a picture of Virgil holding
Virgil
the
IWGP.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Okay, go on.
While this is not confirmed, this does come from people very close to the situation that the Giant is either very close to or has completed a deal to go to the WWF. He's been talking loudly about it for weeks, and some think he's doing that more as a way to get Bischoff's attention and make sure the rumor gets started. So Big Show is coming in pretty soon here, and as you know, he shows up in February at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, so it's pretty...
Don't call it a comeback.
Pretty
No, but Big Show was very unhappy with his pay, and they said, I don't think you need any more money.
Fuck. Yeah, well...
That's literally what it was, because he's like...
Worked out for him, I think.
Because he was on the same level as Hogan at some points during his... Because he was champion and whatever, and he's like, I should get paid as much as Hogan. And they're like, you're like...
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Like 1 year in the biz, brother. Come on.
Yeah. Here's a fun little one. Raven, Chris Jericho, and Disco Inferno will be appearing soon on an episode of The Dating Game. Pulse says here we should watch this, so maybe we'll watch that at some point.
The Dating Game, whoa.
The Dating. Bret and Owen Hart did work together on an episode of the TV show Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Pulse says, we should watch this too.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, a TV show? Okay.
Yeah.
The 90s were different, man. They made a TV show out of movies all the time.
I wonder what Bret and Owen were doing. You think they shrink Bret and Owen? Little baby Bret and Owen?
Whoa. And they maybe think they're action figures, but they're not. They're actually people. Whoa. That'd be crazy. They're like playing with little Bret and Owen, but they're
You got one of these,
they're wrestling in like a tiny LJN ring or something.
Oh, my God.
That would be... Oh, why don't we write for this show? That'd be crazy.
I know. We should bring back Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Shrunk the Bret.
WWF is working with A&E on a movie about the life of Andre the Giant. Should be one entertaining work of fiction.
Is that in the...
That's what it says. That's, I think Meltzer
wrote
that.
What's awesome is that this is still true today. Whenever WWE
didn't
works
they do one of those recently?
When WWE works on something, you're like, we'll see how they spin this to benefit them. That's funny.
From The Observer on October 12th, 1998, which I believe is a week after the episode we're about to watch here, or so. Kurt Angle, who signed in August with the World Wrestling Federation, who captured a gold in freestyle at 220 in the 1996 games, is attempting to make pro wrestling a full-time career.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah, it'll never work out.
I just don't see it. He should go work at the bingo hall with Raven and Taz and Tommy Dreamer.
It's very crazy because he could have just flopped when he was like, I'm getting booed. This isn't working. Yeah. But he's awesome.
Both Raw and Nitro have garnered more mainstream publicity stemming from how the Monday Night Wrestling ratings war has affected the ratings for Monday Night Football, which is pretty interesting to think that, like, I mean, because now I feel like every time a show's running against football, it's like, that's a crutch. Like, oh, this didn't do well because of football. Right. But now, back then it was like, Football's getting fucked by wrestling.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Jaguar Yokota, 37, will have her final match on 12/26 at Tokyo Araki. Fuck, I fucked that up. Fix that. Tokyo Coliseum, as part of the interpromotional show that Japanese TBS will be carrying as their experiment to see if women's wrestling can be primetime television fare once again. Her opponent will be decided in a fans balloting, so there's a good chance of the first ever meeting of Yokota versus Manami Toyota as the main event. Paul says, I saw Jaguar Yokota wrestle at a Diana Dojo show in Japan in 2019, LMAO.
Whoa.
Which is pretty fucking crazy to think that, like, she was still working in 2019 when she was a part of like them testing out to see if women's wrestling
and she
will
was
be
37
like a
at the time. They're
37.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Whoa. That's awesome. Yeah,
that's fucking sweet.
This Japanese women's wrestling will never take off. I could guarantee that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Vader, Leon White, of course, will be finishing up at the end of the month as both sides have agreed to a contract release, which will allow them to work anywhere in the world except WCW. It appears it was a mutual deal. Paul says, fuck the WWE. Damn, man. I mean, and we'll talk about it on this retro show, but how the fuck did they fumble on Vader so hard, man? God damn.
I mean, there's theories left and right about what went wrong with Vader, but...
Yeah, Sean happened, Tony. You're fucking boy.
Sean would never do that. He was a good, clean Christian boy. He would never do that.
And lastly here, a little bit about the ratings. On October 5th, Raw did a 4.549 rating, which is a 4.52 first hour, 4.59 second hour, and a 6.82 share. I don't know what shares mean. Do you know what shares mean? I have no fucking idea.
I don't know.
Great. Somebody explain it to us.
Maybe it's
Nitro,
both shows together, sharing a crossover rating gets a bump. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I'm not smart enough for that. So Raw did a 4.549. Nitro did a 4.546. That's disgustingly close. 4.81 in the first hour, 4.34 in the second hour, and 4.49 in the third hour. Over the head-to-head, 124 minutes, the Nitro average was a 4.42, so it appears to be one of those nights where more people watch Nitro, but that Raw won the ratings. Interesting.
Huh. Oh, because the third hour probably brings him down or something,
I think so.
Or
so
whatever.
Before we talk about this Raw that did a 4.549, Tony, why don't you run down what happened on that Nitro that did a 4.546?
All right, we got that October 5th, 98 edition of Nitro was held in the Carolina Coliseum, Columbia, South Carolina, WC.
South Carolina.
WCW.
James might have been there.
Territory. Long show, 3 hours. So we had Saturn defeated Liz Mark Jr.
Okay.
The Cat defeated Kaz Hayashi with Sonny Ono.
These are all like 2-minute matches.
In 2 minutes,
like,
yeah. Hoovy defeated Jerry Flynn, not Jerry Lynn,
Flynn.
Jerry Flynn.
All right.
Rat defeated Villano 5.
Viano.
Right?
Yeah, Viano 5.
Damien defeated Hector Garza. Oh, winning a no contest in 1 minute 12 seconds.
Someone must have ran in
can assume
on
it's
that.
NWO or something.
Yeah.
Kidman defeated Psychosis to retain the WCW Cruiserweight Champion. They gave this one 10 minutes. So
that sounds like it'd be fucking sweet, actually.
Longest match of the night. Rick Steiner defeated Brian Adams with Scott Steiner. It must have been the Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner feud going on 6 minutes.
Yeah, early NWO turn, yeah.
DDP defeated Canyon with Raven via DQ in 7 minutes.
That sounds good.
That sounds really awesome. The Disciple defeated Lenny Lane in 2 minutes.
It does not sound awesome.
And Bret Hart versus Sting ended in a no contest for the WCW United States.
Of course it fucking did. What a way to end the show.
NWO shenanigans, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, you know what? I think that was the episode where they did the Hogan Warrior mirror spot, by the way.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was. So I wonder how that, what part of the show that was on.
What's this? Arn Anderson with this kid.
I don't know. Is that Brock Anderson?
Is that Brock Anderson? That's what I'm wondering.
We're looking at an image gallery of that Nitro, and there's some like clips. There's like a forklift thrown over a limo. Eddie Guerrero smacking his ass.
Brawling on a top of a pool table with Conan watching.
Yeah, there's like a barroom brawl. Bret Hart has Sting has Bret Hart and a Scorpion Deathlock in the back. So I don't know what happened on that.
They're flipping a car. Did
awesome.
you say that? Did you say the car?
Yeah, they are flipping a car.
What's the Eddie Guerrero butt thing? Is he like, screw the WCW? I hate WCW?
Yeah, probably something. Tell him to kiss my ass or something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there it is. There's Nitro.
All right. WWF Raw, October 5th, 1998. We get a recap of Raw from last week, which this era, I feel like there's probably a few months here that have legitimately just all-timer segments.
They were banging on all cylinders here. They're putting out like the best, not match wise, but storyline wise. Is like
Sure.
Austin could do no wrong at this time, and it was.
You could do
fantastic.
anything with Austin, and it was fucking gold. This last week on Raw, Austin Vince came out with the Smoke and Skull title and says, Austin, come out here. We want you to be out here for the crowning of the new WWF champion. And I don't know if this is the first time they showed that WWF title, the Big Eagle, but they had it in the little case thing. And Stone Cold comes out in a fucking Zamboni and drives it right up to the ring, smashes into the ring, gets on top of it, flips everybody to the bird, jumps off of it and clotheslines Vince, which is fucking
all-timer.
Ridiculous.
That's like an all-timer. He pushes the ring, like the ring goes back. It's crazy.
Stone Cold gets arrested, and of course he's getting brought to the back. He's saying, I ain't through with you, Vince. I ain't through with you by a long shot, which is, again, another all-timer line.
So it was a triple threat from In Your House breakdown?
Yes.
Was it breakdown?
Yes, it was breakdown.
They basically had like a non-finish, I guess, and then Vince ran away with the belt.
Taker and Kane
right?
both pinned Austin.
Vince just runs away with the belt, I think.
It was Taker and Kane both pinned Austin.
Right.
So Austin lost the title, and Vince was looking to crown the rightful champion. Vince says, Taker and Kane, you both didn't live up to your end of the deal, and I'm not going to live up to mine. So they're, talking shit and all. Taker and Kane turn their back. Vince flips them off, but Taker looks back and catches them doing it.
Oh,
and then
no.
Taker and Kane both start whooping his fucking ass.
They beat the shit out of him. He must have said, you better send it.
Dude, Taker picks up the stairs and he breaks Vince's legs. And as he breaks Vince's leg and Jerry's, oh my God.
I don't know how they do this. Some of the stuff they do in WWE, I don't understand how they do it. How do they make it look as good as they did without actually breaking his fucking leg?
It looked fucking sweet. They should have just broke his leg. Maybe they just did. I don't know.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
And then we get to the intro.
Bombs go up.
With the flaming ring in the warehouse, which I always wish was like a thing in a game, like you play in there.
That would be so good. I feel like Warzone had like the warehouse feel, but they never gave us the ring. That was cool.
You know what's weird? They do the thorn in your eye, but it doesn't go into it goes into X-Pac's theme because X-Pac is out here first.
Dude, every time I fucking hear X-Pac's theme, I rewind it 4 times because I swear I hear boo X-Pac and I'm like, no way. And I go back and it's not. It's not. But every time I hear it right away, I always think it says X-Pac. And I'm always jamming out to it. I'm like, X-Pac. Oh, that fucking
What do you mean?
X-Pac.
He came out to Your Disease by Saliva here. That was his theme song.
Right.
X-Pac is the European champion. He comes out here with China, and he's taking on D'Lo Brown with Mark Henry. There's a sign in the crown here that says Sable got milk. Of course,
as she would have milk, I'm sure.
As she would. Last week, D'Lo pinned Edge in a 4 corners match, which I guess was a 4-way match, I think.
Sure, maybe tags. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. The European title is on the line here, by the way. Every time I watch a D'Lo entrance from this era, it just reminds me how much I fucking love this fucker.
D'Lo's awesome.
The head bob, the swag, he's swaggered out of his fucking mind.
The chest protector and everything, dude.
Yes, the chest protector. It's fucking sweet.
And I think of the European title, I always think of D'Lo. He's like, and that title, by the way, underrated title. I think that title looks awesome.
The European title?
I think it looks really good. Yeah.
I think it looked really good too. Yeah. I think it's sweet. I always love that title.
Everybody talks about the Intercontinental title, but I think the European title might be looking better. But
ooh, that's strong. That's a strong.
We should bring the title
there.
Belt segment instead of the theme song segment.
We should have a title belt tournament.
Oh,
that'd be fucking cool. Yeah,
we could have people vote on it. That'd be crazy. Write that out. Yeah, don't steal that.
I think this X-Pac gear is one of James's favorite X-Pac ones. The red and black, like Bret singlet gear. And I always like the green and black just because I always associated more with the X, but the red and black was
the red and black
cool,
one's cool too.
Especially when he teamed with Kane, of course.
Yeah, of course.
We start off here. X-Pac hits a spin kick to start the match and just takes D'Lo's fucking head off immediately.
That's awesome.
It looked fucking great.
He's got a great spin kick.
D'Lo hits a sweet power slam and then looks down at X-Pac and says, "You damn right."
You better recognize.
And then D'Lo tells China to suck it, which I thought was very rude, which leads to the crowd chanting, "D'Lo sucks." D'Lo puts X-Pac in a chin lock and yells, "Who sucks now?"
Dude, this is like the most crazy chin lock I've ever seen. He slaps that thing in from like a mile away. He like raises his arm to the sky and then you seen Orton like put in a rest hold? No, this is the biggest rest hold I've ever seen. It's awesome. They don't do it like this anymore.
So China is on the outside here. Some guy jumps the barricade, gives her a letter, and then jumps back over the barricade to go through the crowd. JR said this is the second time this has happened. Across the ring, Mark Henry is like kind of taunting her and saying it's from him, but China balls it up and throws it on the floor. Mark Henry's fixing his hair and his sideburns while staring across at China. I don't know what's going on here.
I'm not sure.
D'Lo misses a frog splash from the top. X-Pac hits a big spin kick on D'Lo, and then kind of like a Undertaker-style lariat, which always fucking look cool. I don't know who does it better, because they both kind of did it, but it was not the same. I don't think. JR is very confident that Mark Henry is suing China, by the way, here, which is when I kind of figured out what was going on. I was like, oh,
yeah, Mark
I see,
Henry
okay.
looks over and he's like, yeah, that letter's from me.
Yeah. JR is confident it's a love letter. Jerry Lawler says, maybe it's a love letter. And JR says, maybe you should shut the hell up. X-Pac hits a backdrop driver, and JR says, no back protector there.
True.
X-Pac hits D'Lo with a Bronco Buster. The crowd goes fucking crazy for the Bronco Buster. Like, maybe one of the biggest pops, not Stone Cold, on the show. They love putting the junk in the face.
The penis.
Yeah, sucked his boss. D'Lo whips X-Pac into the ropes and feigns an injury to distract the referee, which leads to Mark Henry grabbing X-Pac's leg as he hits the ropes. X-Pac hits a house show dive on Mark Henry, but gets caught and rammed back first into the ring post.
That looked good.
D'Lo hits a frog splash on X-Pac's back with he's got the chest protector and gets the win. New European champion here. I feel like D'Lo had European title trunks on here too, so I guess it's appropriate. Yeah, I thought so. Or he had champion tights.
Yeah, he did.
China gets in the ring and is pissed off while Mark Henry blows some kisses at her. You know.
Yeah, as you do.
D'Lo, I mean, I can't think of too many other people that had the European title. Like, I remember Shane having it because he feuded with X-Pac, which meant X-Pac obviously had it.
The greatest European champion of all time is Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels took it away from him.
Oh, I do remember that.
Shawn Michaels took it from British Bulldog right away. Remember that?
Fuck you, yeah.
It's like the European title. Yeah, I think that is mine now, actually, Davey boy.
I remember Al had it as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what other ones.
Who retired? Like, because Kurt Angle, right? The Euro Intercontinental?
Eurocontinental?
Was that the last
Was that the last time? No, it's according to this, RVD was the last champion.
Oh,
actually.
they did a
ladder
unification.
Match.
Didn't we watch that ladder match? I swear we did watch this on the
I'm not sure who it was against. But yeah.
Jeff Hardy?
No, I think Jeff Hardy was IC champion and RVD beat him. I don't know. Maybe Jeff Hardy had it. Yeah, maybe. This says, maybe it had to have been Jeff Hardy. Yeah. What the fuck was Jeff Hardy European champion?
He was Intercontinental. They unified the belts.
Yeah.
They put him
Jeff Hardy had the Euro title.
Oh, did he really?
And RVD had the Intercontinental one.
Whoa, okay. I don't remember that at all, but that's awesome.
I don't either. It's fucking weird. I'm just curious. I'm looking at other. So D'Lo, X-Pac had it. Midian had it. I remember that for a cup
I feel
of
like
coffee.
D'Lo traded it back and forth a bunch of times, didn't he?
D'Lo had it a million times. Jeff Jarrett had it. British Bulldog, of course. Val Venus, Kurt Angle, Jericho. Crash Holly had it as well for like a day.
Oh, he won it in Rebellion and then lost it.
The
on
Hurricane
Raw.
had it.
Whoa.
All right. Wow. Okay. So a lot of weird. Spike Dudley had it. Oh, that must have been when he was feuding with Regal. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So fucking weird. Okay, true. All right. So moving on here, we go to the commentators here. They show Jerry Lawler and JR, and Tori is standing behind them, but not
actually part of the storyline at all.
No, this kind of just like, I guess
she doesn't do anything on the show, right?
She's like. You can kind of see a glimpse of her when Sable comes out later.
Isn't that like the feud they go into, Tori and Sable?
Yes.
Okay, so
that's the WrestleMania 15
They're just kind of
match.
making it like she's there without, like if you look back in hindsight, you know she's there, but like you didn't know when you watched it. Okay, that makes sense.
Lawler says we're going to see a brouhaha with Kane and Shamrock tonight, and we'll of course hear from Vince via satellite and an undisclosed medical center. And they cut to Vince in he's in a hospital bed and he's being given grape juice by a nurse, and he yells and he says, "I want apple juice." I want apple juice.
That's like his go-to screaming that says, "Ah."
Also, earlier today, the Oddities were playing football with the Insane Clown Posse.
Except they don't. They just run away.
Well, yeah, they're just fucking running around on the field, and Violent J yells, "What are you guys doing?" as they're just running away.
It's not even like a private football field. It's like in a park, and there's a bunch of other people around.
It's like a soccer goal net. Yeah,
there's like kids playing actual soccer games and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, this is great.
And then we go right into the headbangers coming out here. Man, One of the shirts that I never had that I kind of want to go and get now is the Headbanger shirt with the heads on it.
Oh yeah.
That shirt's fucking sweet, actually.
So cool.
Headbangers were kind of cool here, man. They had a lot of cool moves. I don't know, like maybe they were just kind of lost in the shuffle after New Age Outlaws got over, but like I thought the Headbangers were sweet.
They were cool, and there was actually dude, I profoundly remember like a generation of like people like the Headbangers, like the kids in high school and junior high were like
sure.
the Headbangers.
With the chain shorts.
Yeah, people. There was a group of like not goth kids, but like headbang. I don't know what they're even called.
Headbangers is kind of the way. Yeah. Like that's kind of
The Headbangers weren't scheduled here, so why are they out here?
No, Headbanger Thrasher gets in the ring and immediately spits in the ref's face. I thought that was fucking weird.
All right.
Headbanger Mosh gets on the microphone, and hopefully it's the last time. This sounds like the fucking first time Mosh ever talked.
Yeah,
probably. In his life.
Yeah.
Mosh says, "Hey clowns, last few times we've been out here, you stuck your nose in our business." He says there's not a right way, there's not a wrong way, there's just the Headbangers way. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is the Freaks Come Out at Night again.
It is. Fuck, man.
This is somebody who wrote for them that thought they understood what they were, and
he just he just doesn't have it there. I don't know. And then the oddities come out to the, of course, fucking dubbed Peacock theme, which bullshit, man. God damn it. I hate that.
I hate it too.
Golga has a gigantic Cartman plush.
As he always didn't he always have it? I love that thing.
I don't remember being that big.
I always remember that thing. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Thrasher tells the oddities that the Headbangers don't want them. They want the clowns. JR on commentary calls them the Inclined Sound Posse.
I wrote that down too. Inclined Sound Posse or something like that.
RTF, baby.
Certainly the Inclined Sound Posse aren't wrestlers, they're musicians. I'm like, oh my god.
Eventually the ICP do come out and make their way to the ring. Big fucking pop for them. Very over. Violent J in the FUBU jersey, of course.
Of course you would.
Tremendous.
Shout out to Kevin Nash.
Headbangers tell ICP to send the oddities to the back, which they do in the end. And Thrasher says, send them to the back and we'll show you what real heavy metal is all about.
Oh, brother, no. That line sucks so bad.
ICP are not heavy metal artists. There's also a sign that says, I like cheese, by the way.
There was like 4 people in the crowd. I was trying to figure out what these shirtless dudes were doing. They were like in the third row. Did you see these guys during the show?
I saw the shirtless dudes, but I wasn't like fully paying attention, though.
There were like 4 or 5 shirtless dudes, and they were like, the letters were SWOKI or something, or SWOs, and I don't know what it meant, but maybe they were not standing in the right order or something.
Maybe they were just drunk and standing in the wrong order.
I don't know what they were trying to get over, but they would always stand up during matches and stuff, and I saw them.
Unless it's like I don't know.
There's a lot of fraternity stuff here too in the crowd.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it might have been,
but I'm not sure, but I was like, okay.
The ICP get into the ring, and the Headbangers just start fucking stomping them out here. They hit Shaggy 2 Dope with a crazy double team flapjack, which like I thought they were going to throw him on his head, but thankfully they did not.
Also, if you didn't know, ICP were banned to perform in this building.
What?
That's what they say on commentary, at least. They say ICP's banned to perform in this building. I don't know if it means wrestling, so maybe it's just a gimmick or they actually were banned. I'm not sure. Really? So that's what I think.
That's pretty sweet if that's true. Yeah, so I love that.
That's awesome.
Headbangers do the Dudley's powerbomb spot off the top to Shaggy. And then Thrasher goes out to grab a chair. Headbanger Thrasher brains Violent J with this fucking chair, dude. Like,
and he sells it like insane too.
Yeah, he hits him in the head, brutal, and then hits him in the stomach with the chair too. Shaggy 2 Dope then also takes a fucking chair shot to the head. Just gross. And then they hit the fucking stage dive, the powerbomb leg drop combo, which is awesome, man. How has no one stolen that?
I feel like it's almost like AMW should have done that for some reason. They did the
death sentence is
but
sweet,
that would have been that's almost
like a kill move, like a powerbomb
their
version
super
of it?
finish. Yeah, that would have been great.
Wow, yeah. Eventually, the oddities finally make their way out here, like Golga and Giant Silva. Then Thrasher gets on the microphone and says, ICP, haha, you suck.
And the crowd cheers because they hate ICP.
Yeah, I was going to say they pop for it.
The crowd loves it. Like, fuck ICP and their music.
We go to the back, and at the hospital, Vince is there, and he's still hurt. He still has a foot that is injured. On Heat last night, Stone Cold went on a search for Vince. He was looking around for him, and he found an axe. Why does he have an axe? Well, he needs it, of course, because Austin commandeered the production truck and bullied a production technician with an axe. He said, I'm going to fucking kill you unless you tell me which one of these cables goes to Vince's medical center room. And he gets the axe and he slices the fucking through a cable, sparks and shit flying everywhere.
Dude. Awesome.
Big explosion.
Awesome look.
Of course, this is connected directly to Vince's medical room, so there's no more feed to that on Sunday Night Heat. But thankfully, they get it back.
Except everything I learned from Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th.
Yes.
If you hit something electrical, you would be dead, and then that would be it.
Well, Stone Cold's a different kind of shark.
True.
So, I mean, Cold Steve here. Of course, Raw is brought to you by some legendary sponsors here, Tony. Let me know if any of these
if I use any of them, sure.
Helped. Yeah. Okay, so Propecia. Talk to your doctor today, which is, of course, for male pattern baldness. Did you use that?
It's also for urinary retention medication.
Did you use that for that then?
It can treat enlarged prostate.
Whoa,
it can
do
also
you have an
treat hair
enlarged
loss.
prostate?
Dude, worst ad read ever because I had no idea what it was.
I didn't either. It just said talk to your doctor.
They said, it brought you by Propecia, talk to your doctor. Okay. I wonder how much they paid for that ad.
Yeah, fuck.
It's still a thing. It's still a thing today. Maybe they do.
And brought to you by Propecia. I don't know. Fucking figure it out.
What the fuck?
Also, Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
I've sent
used
money.
that before.
Yeah, I have
yeah,
too.
me too. I did that too. And last but certainly not least, Stone Cold Metal CD available now in stores. I don't think I bought that, but I do remember, or maybe I did have that. Do you remember?
We talk about it. We talk about Stone Cold Metal all the time.
Did you own this?
I don't, but I remember going to Sam Goody or Target or something back in the day, and I saw the CD where it changes from a skull to Austin's face.
Oh yeah, it's sick as fuck.
But I never had it because I was like, this is not wrestling music.
This says Stone Cold Metal is a rock compilation album that was released on August 25th, 1998 by Mars Entertainment, produced by Paul Tarnopol with the help of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was the first wrestling CD to ever chart on the Billboard 200 and has sold more than 250,000 copies in the United States. That's a pretty fucking big deal for it to be the first wrestling CD ever to chart in the 200.
I don't think I'd call it a wrestling CD, but
I don't either, but it just had Stone Cold on it.
Yeah.
And,
it's like,
Stone Cold loved these songs like Detroit Rock City by Kiss and No One Like You by the Scorpions and Slow Ride by Foghat.
Whoa. I love that song. But honestly...
Of course he likes Stone Cold by Rainbow because it's got my name in it.
True. That's for true. This was during the Now That's What I Call Music era. Didn't that start around this time or somewhere around that time? Basically,
yeah, it's probably pretty close
also,
to that,
there's
like
a lot of
compilation.
Commercials you'd see like compilations. So before
compilations?
Compilations. Stone Cold's compilation.
That's awesome.
Before you could
son, get some Propecia.
Before streaming music or downloading MP3s, you would have a compilation of songs so you could listen to all the greatest songs instead of buying
We should
each
do
CD
a Deadlock compilation together.
Of what?
Live. Huh? Warzone last week, recapping the Vince segment again. They show this 700 times on this show, and not that it wasn't a sweet segment, but fuck, man, they showed it so many goddamn times.
It's the way television was back then, because people would not. There weren't DVRs, and so people had to tune in randomly if they're watching Monday Night Football, watching Nitro.
Yes.
People flip channels. They got to show what happened, so you get caught up.
Well, they do show a little more here. They show Taker and Kane both pinning Austin at Breakdown. One of them, maybe I don't know if a lot of people talk about this because obviously the Zamboni segment's all time around its own. But I want to know where the guy that threw in the Stone Cold punching bag is now.
Whoa!
Because that fucking thing is smack dab in the middle of Austin beating up Vince in that segment.
Yeah.
Like, that's a part of the fucking legend of it to me. Yeah. This dude launches this thing in, it's this little fucking Stone Cold punching bag rolling around on the canvas. That'd be awesome. Wonder what that guy was thinking of that time. Was he just flipping out? Did he get thrown out?
No,
I wonder if he even got to
just
see.
Was drunk and he was probably frat boy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The music they played during this segment was kind of fucking weird too. Vince says on October 18th, Taker and Kane are going to battle it out for the WWF title, and Austin is going to be the guest referee. And JR says, "Oh my God in heaven." Vince says, "As far as I'm concerned, it's like dealing with the handicapped. One's physical and one's mental."
What the fuck?
They didn't fucking like that at all.
Yeah.
Taker says, "You're gonna need to wash your ass," which I didn't understand why he said that. Because
you gotta
next
watch.
No, he said wash. You gotta Propecia. So you gotta, because next time you get out of line with either one of us, you're gonna be the one handicapped, and that I will promise. I was like, oh shit, you better wash your ass, motherfucker.
Whoa.
And then that's when Vince flips both of them off, and then Taker catches it, and they fucking whoop his ass.
Shatters leg with steel steps.
And they show. So the word is Vince. Did they tell me if I got this wrong? They tried to put him in the. They put him in the ambulance, and they put him in the ambulance, and Mankind is trying to give him a drink.
Mankind trying to give him a soda, a fountain drink.
He was gonna take it, then he realized it was Mankind and said, "I don't fucking want this.
Get the fuck out of here."
He went to the hospital, refused treatment, got out, and then went back in the next day. Is that what they said?
I don't know.
I think that's what they said, which I
Okay.
was so confused by. I don't know if they were trying to make Vince seem cool or something. Like, why did he go? Why just stay there? You fucking idiot.
I don't know.
We go back to the medical center because it's not a hospital; it's a local undisclosed medical center because maybe they don't want
don't want any visitors.
Yes,
Do not.
of course.
No, nobody comes.
Well, the nurse comes in and says you have a visitor. She says it's a really big fellow wants to see you, and Vince says I don't want any visitors.
It's a big dude and he's treating the orderly rudely. Oh
yeah.
no.
I only want my family. And nurse says he's been threatening staff and he's really big. She keeps there's a big fat fucking asshole out here. And Vince says, I don't want any damn
Vince
visitors.
thought it was Austin. He was like, oh, it's got to be Austin. If
Or Taker maybe, or Kane, because big fucker threatening people.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then Mankind comes in with balloons and candy. Well, that's so fucking nice of him.
What a nice guy.
Mankind says, I know Vinny likes the sweet stuff. Vinny has a sweet tooth. And he gives him chocolate. Was the chocolate already eaten?
I feel like it wasn't, but it was really shittily put together. But I think it would have been a good bit if it was all eaten. But I don't know if it was, but that's awesome.
Mankind says, those things are delicious. And I brought another guest here that wants to see you bad. And Vince's heart rate starts going up. You can hear like the beeping on the heart rate monitor.
Yeah.
Mankind says, I brought you some female entertainment. And she does a trick with a dog you'll never believe.
That's awesome. That's the greatest line in the history of our sport.
And here comes Yerple the Clown. Yerple the Clown is here with some fucking balloons. She starts fucking putting balloons on him and making a balloon animal. Mankind's blowing a slide whistle in Vince's face.
The big, loudest fucking whistle.
It's so fucking loud. And Yerple's putting stickers on Vince's arm. Vince looks so fucking miserable here. It's so unbelievable.
That is great.
Mankind says, show him the trick with the dog. And Vince says, I don't want to see any damn trick with a dog. Mankind says, I brought another visitor, another special guest. Don't you worry. And Vince is like, what are you doing? Because Mankind's going off the side of the bed. He's like crouched down next to him. He says, where are you going? And then here comes Mr. Socko. It's Mr. Socko. Say hello to Mr. Socko. He's talking as Mr. Socko. This is the Mr. Socko debut, by the way.
It is.
He says, Mr. Socko heard you were feeling mighty bad, so he's going to give your boo-boo a big kiss. And Vince is like, no, you don't got to do that. And Mankind starts kissing Vince's fucking foot with Socko, and Vince is livid. Damn it, leave. And take this crap with you. Take it all out. Get out.
So awesome.
And then the segment ends with Vince saying, Mr. Socko.
That's what put it over the top right there. If you wouldn't have said that one line, it wouldn't have been as over as it was. I guarantee you that's
It's
the
so
line that
crazy
made
to-
Mr. Socko.
Like, not that Foley wouldn't have been over, like, for the rest of his career without Mr. Socko, but, like, imagine the rest of this Attitude Era run of Mankind without Mr. Socko. It's, like, you don't get, like, do you get Rock and Sock? Like, how does that connection get made?
It just so happens that he was good enough to know the foresight that I should use this with the mandible claw. Like, that right there is genius.
Yeah, and
there.
like, yeah, of course. Like, how fucking crazy
Whoever
is
thought of, like, because he already had the mandible claw, but to put the sock on top of it and to put it in his tights and pull it out is just
that's so
genius
money.
too. So the fact that they put that all together, like, I don't know, yeah.
We go back to the arena. There's a big rattlesnake sign with a fucked up drawing of Austin.
I didn't see that. Like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know what the fuck that was. Sable is backstage getting her makeup done. Jerry Lawler says, I asked Sable to join us if you don't mind, JR. And JR says, I don't mind at all.
Nice.
Thank you. Sable comes out for commentary here. There's a sign, a few signs here for Sable. One of them says, Sable bomb me. Okay.
Nice.
Another one says, I want Sable. Another one says, Sable, I want to be your hoe. All right.
Cool.
And this is where you see the shot of Tori standing behind Sable commentary, but it's kind of just like a brief little glimpse here. Nothing,
yes, it was cool because like
nothing crazy.
You can see her now, but back then you didn't know.
Yeah, which that's like I can't think of the last time something like that like has happened, like an angle like that. Like where
where they're in the crowd
they kind
multiple
of
weeks
lay
before.
like they lay like that out for a brand new person that nobody like even recognizes. Because like they did it with Raven and WCW, like sitting in the crowd, but everyone knew who Raven was.
Yeah, but then they usually do it when they're like, oh, we need someone from the audience to come in, and then it's like Santino or whatever.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's just like sure. Yeah,
he's
that
there
makes
one
sense.
time, but not multiple times. And Sable will also be on Pacific Blue.
What about La Femme? How about La Femme Nikita?
We talked about Pac Blue. And
how about
Sunday Night
Silk
Heat
Stockings?
and all that stuff.
Yes.
Fun fact. I just wanted to put this out there.
This better be fun. If this isn't a fun fact,
just for the
I'm
Sunday Night
editing it
Heat
out.
thing. Sunday Night Heat was already a USA thing before WWE joined it. It was just a Sunday Night Heat thing.
Oh, I saw J Rose on Twitter was talking about that. Like actually looked into it, and like it was like a thing before WWF was doing it. Yeah.
Yes, and
that's
then
so crazy.
He'd actually replaced. I think it might have replaced La Femme Nikita or one of those shows.
No.
In the time slot, and it was only supposed to be there because that show was on a break, I think. And then
season break.
And then they did the 6-episode season break or whatever. But then they're like, okay, there's Sunday Night Heat. So figured I'd put that in there when we were talking about.
Shout out J Rose for looking into that.
Shout out to Pacific Blue.
Shout out Silk Stockings.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Vader taking on Mark Marrow with Jacqueline. I guess Mark Marrow and Sable are feuding here, and Jacqueline's kind of involved as well.
Yes.
It's time. It's Vader. Time. This Vader entrance is so sick. He comes out like pretty much dancing, but he's like fucking awesome. I love this fucking guy. Also strange, Vader gets to the bottom of the entranceway and points at a sign. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then pans over the sign. The sign says, I wet myself.
What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on.
I had this written down the first time we see Vader on Raw. Is this like a return, maybe? Is that what's going on?
Is that what they said?
I wrote that down, but I don't know why I wrote that down. Because he was there, and then was this the first time?
Are you sure it wasn't the last time he's on Raw?
Maybe, but
that might be it, because I it's probably around this time he's gone.
Maybe that's what I wrote it down. Yeah. I'm not sure, but yes.
Sable on commentary says she wants to be the WWF Women's Champion. And Jerry Lawler says, you think she's a disgrace, right? About Jacqueline. And JR starts yelling at Jerry Lawler for sitting too close to Sable. She said, would you please slide on over here? Just sitting right up against her. We start the match here. Vader is punching Mark Marrow in the ropes, then whips him into the ropes, but Marrow grabs on the ropes and bails. JR says Vader has had bigger sandwiches than Jacqueline. I don't know if that's true. We have to look into that.
I'm sure. All right.
Vader hits a running fucking titty attack on Mark Marrow and kills him with it.
Destroys him there.
Marrow fucking bails to the floor again. JR says the rumors have it that you're training to wrestle to Sable. Sable is trying to be the women's champion. I hope she's fucking training to fucking wrestle.
They completely like bury her on this. Like it's
I heard you want to wrestle there.
I don't know what they're doing. She was never a wrestler, but she wants to train and be the champion. And now apparently, I heard you're in training. Yeah, I just said I want to be the champion. What the fuck?
Very rose to the top ass.
Jeez. Wow.
Vader, as I said, killed him with that. Jacqueline on the floor gets on Vader's back to choke him while Mark Marrow punches him. The referee just watching all this happen. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Speaking of not giving the fuck, the crowd is chanting for Sable because no one, again, gives a fuck about this match. Mark Marrow taunts the crowd, and Sable's smiling at him the whole time. So it's kind of like, I don't know if she's just a bad worker or if she doesn't have a good acting face, because Mark Marrow's like taunting at her, and she's like happily smiling. It was kind of like, all right, whatever.
I don't know. She's kind of like, yeah, whatever. That's the kind of her attitude.
Vader hits a big splash in the corner, followed by a clothesline, then hits a splash on the canvas. Jacqueline gets onto the top rope, dives at Vader, and almost fucking dies. Fuck, that Vader is a beast and caught her. Like, she almost overshot it. Unbelievable.
He doesn't do anything, though. She just sets her down.
He just puts her down. Yeah, it doesn't slam her or anything, just catches her and puts her down. The ref gets distracted by getting Jacqueline out of the ring here, and Mark Marrow low blows Vader. Marrow goes to the top and hits the fucking shooting star press, which they called the Marvelocity.
Whoa,
which
that's
is crazy looking.
That's an awesome name for a move, but I don't remember him doing the shooting star press. I always remember the TKO.
I remember the shooting star press, but I don't remember it like looking like that. They look crazy.
Whoa, yeah,
it looked like a No Mercy modder made that move.
It's not in the game, but you just put it in there.
It's so weird looking. For some reason, Mark Marrow pulls his tights up really high. Oh, by the way, Mark Marrow won, by the way. Mark Marrow beat Vader.
Marvelocity.
With the Marvel. Mark Marrow beat Vader. Now let me say that one more time. Mark Marrow beat Vader.
Okay, he did a low blow, then Marvelocity. You can't kick out of that.
Mark Marrow pinned Vader.
You can't kick out of a low blow into Marvelocity.
What the fuck,
Try
man?
It. Dude, Vader was a big fat piece of shit at this point.
Cool, that's not. That's fucked, man.
He said
Come
it
on,
himself, man. He said
He's
it
Vader.
himself.
Yeah, he
Vader
did.
said
he
it
did say
himself. Okay.
I know, but come on, man.
For
some reason, Mark Marrow pulls his shorts up really high to celebrate. I don't know what's going on there. Jacqueline gets on the microphone after the match and says, "The winner is my man, Marvelous Mark Marrow." And Sable says, "Oh, she can have him." And then Jacqueline says, "Sable, you want a piece of me? Bring it on." So Sable gets up from the commentary table and goes to the ring. But Mark Marrow cuts her off and says, "Wait a minute. The only reason you're obsessed is because as a woman, you could never satisfy Marvelous Mark Marrow. You know it, and everybody else knows it." Everybody else knows it? Where can I find that? Sable slaps Mark Marrow, and Jacqueline gloms her from behind. Then Jacqueline starts cutting Sable's hair. Shades of the Hardy family office.
The Nightmare Collective, maybe?
Yeah, that too, yeah.
I thought of Nightmare Collective immediately.
Takes a big piece of her hair, and Jerry Lawler on commentary says, "Sable has been defrocked. Defrocked again. No more defrocking. I can't bring defrocked back to the show."
Dude, you do realize if this is the Nightmare Collective, Mark Marrow is Luther.
That's awesome.
Not Mark Marrow's not Luther.
Luther may have also invented the shooting star press. I wouldn't be surprised.
The Luther press? Yeah.
Luther press, yeah.
I get it.
Lutherosity.
Oh, shit.
That's it. That's what I'll call it for now.
All right.
We cut backstage here, and Vince is getting his temperature taken.
Cranky Vince.
He was not. Why that made it sound like this Tasmanian devil and he was licking it. That's not what happened.
No, it's literally. Wasn't there a Twitter account called Cranky Vince? I always think
there was.
This is Cranky Vince.
It was JBL.
Yeah.
JBL was Cranky Vince. And then we go to a pre-tape here, a Steven Regal hype video. No additives, no concentration. You won't see this man pouring juice from a cardboard container.
What a
He
coward.
squeezes his own oranges and enjoys it. Pulp and all. Steven Regal, a real man's man. That's unbelievable.
No added. He doesn't concentrate either. He can't concentrate. He's not focused at all.
Did I talk about on the show his debut match, Steven Regal?
I don't know.
It was against Goldust, and he was drunk, very visibly drunk. If you can find that match, it's awkward as hell.
And that's where they're like, "Are you doing Real Man's Man now?"
No, he was that was his Real Man's Man debut.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they do hype videos in his first match. He's fucked up. Yeah,
That's
it's crazy.
Whoa.
And I don't think he sticks around too long because I'm pretty sure he's gone after that or something happens. I don't know. Maybe he gets suspended.
I think he does.
We get a recap of the Mark Marrow, Sable, Jacqueline segment again. And then we go into Edge versus Owen Hart.
You think you know me. You think
Edge comes through the crowd, and which is a fucking still, man, such a cool entrance. Like, I don't know if he got that from somewhere. I wonder who came up with that entrance.
I always it's different than any other one because they were searching for him. They looked around.
Yeah,
the camera would
know.
go. They were like, "Where's Edge gonna come from?" That was
where's
so
this
cool.
fucker at?
It
Yeah,
was cool. It was awesome.
Owen Hart comes out here in his street clothes. He's not in any condition to wrestle here, it seems.
Oh, before this, did they call him the Edge? Or is that just a slip up?
I think because this was early on, I think they were not sure if he was the Edge or just Edge.
I feel like on
it could
commentary
just been JR being
Edge.
JR. Yeah. Here comes the Edge. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm not sure, but okay. So Owen comes out not dressed to wrestle.
No, he's in street clothes. There's a sign that says, "Fire the Nugget, he's dangerous."
Whoa.
Owen Hart has been distraught since he dropped Dan Severn on his head with the Owen driver. Maybe Owen should have not been using that move.
How? Question: how did he do that to Austin, and it turned out the way it did, and he didn't stop doing that move?
I'm surprised they still let him do it. After who? Because who broke Chyna's neck with the pile driver? Was it Lawler?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Because I know she got hit with the pile driver, or maybe it was a woman. I'm not sure. But they did the pile driver for a little bit after that too. But yeah, the Owen driver. I love that fucking move though. I'll be honest with you, man. I think that move was sick as hell.
If someone could do
that
nowadays and not kill people, that would be crazy.
Yeah, but after you fuck Stone Cold up with it, obviously this is a work here, but I'm pretty sure it's a work at least. After you did fuck up Stone Cold with that, how do you not say, hey, do the sharpshooter, dude?
Or just, I don't know. I mean, Taker's already doing the tombstone, so just don't do tombstone.
I don't think he could do it because of that.
He can't do it on his knees. No way. So he had to do it that way if he was going to do it.
He'll get fucked up. You ain't doing that, boy. There's a sign in the crowd that says, "Give Edge the title," which is crazy how early on that people were already pushing for the guy. Owen is on the mic and he says, "I've been in the business for 13 years now, and the business has been my whole life. But last week, after I did what I did to Dan Severn, I looked in his eyes and saw my wife and my 2 children." He says, "I never meant for anyone to get hurt, and I'm so sorry for what I did." And he just puts the mic down and he leaves. Crazy. I was like, whoa, what the hell?
And Edge wins via forfeit.
Yeah, Edge. Yeah, you're right. Lawler calls Owen a wuss and says, "Get back in here and fight." He does not do that though. He just walks out, and that's it.
It is kind of funny. They showed the real man's man Regal thing, and then Owen Hart comes dressed out like the real man's man.
Yeah, just to see. He could have been convinced it's just Steven Regal. We go backstage, and Shamrock is throwing shadow punches, getting ready for his matchup with, against Kane coming up. The WWF Rewind, brought to you by 10-10-3-2-1. Just dial in and save up to 50% on calls over 20 minutes. What a fucking deal. And it's just the Stone Cold fucking Zamboni spot again.
I do like there's some weird like rewind music though that I like in the back. I don't know what it is, but I tried to look it up. I could not find it anyway.
Bumper music. I'll try to
really
find
cool.
it for you.
I like it. 10-10-3-2-1, crazy concept. You dial 10-10-3-2-1 before you make a phone call, and then you save money. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charging money for that in general is pretty crazy to me. But
long distance phone calls used to be expensive. Whoa.
Yeah. Who are you calling? You calling people?
No, my grandma. I don't know.
Whoa, where's your grandma live?
Chicago.
That's awesome.
So I called her long distance. It was crazy.
Wow.
Expensive.
What a good fucking grandson you are.
I never called my guy. I know you take it 3-2-1.
What the fuck? You fucking made it. Oh, fuck you, Tony.
What? No, I never did long distance. What are you talking about? No.
I thought you were calling your grandma, being a nice little grandson, you little fucker. Now you're not.
There was one. I don't
You're
know if
a scum.
Just flashback. There was like another number you could call. Was it 10-10-3-2-1 or one like that?
It wasn't collect, right? COLECT.
You could call it from a payphone and not have to put any money in the payphone, and then you could
wasn't that 1-800 collect?
Was it? Okay, maybe that was it. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's free for you and cheap for them, right? That's their whole thing.
Yeah, Stone Cold.
Oh yeah, baby.
You didn't dial collect when you called me. Stone Cold and D-Lo.
Oh yeah.
You didn't dial collect when you called me. I'm sorry, Austin. Remember
I'm
that?
sorry. Yeah,
that
fucking awesome.
rules.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That just unlocked a memory in my head. Holy shit.
Shout out to 10-10-3-2-1 and any of those phone things that they survived as long as they did. Whoa.
Michael Cole is trying to catch Owen backstage, who he's leaving with his bag. And Michael Cole says, "What's going on?" And Owen says, "It's over." Where was Owen going? Was he walking to his car? Or was he just walking? He was just walking. He was going to fucking pick up a ride.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, Michael Cole's in the WWF No Mercy 64 fit. So there it was.
Was it? Oh my God, I didn't even realize that.
Denim, Denim Dan, yeah.
Wow,
the whole thing,
you're right. That's amazing.
Yeah, whole thing.
Up next, we have Kane taking on Ken Shamrock. During Kane's entrance, we have a picture-in-picture of Vince in the hospital bed, which was fucking weird.
You gotta know he's watching this live.
He's just watching it, yeah. We start them, and dude, Ken Shamrock is so jacked. So fucking big here, man. Unbelievably big. I feel like every time we talk about Ken Shamrock, I say this, but damn, dude, like, they couldn't have found one way to give this dude the title.
Dude, even he talks about it like him and The Rock were like on the same level at one point, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then The Rock just took off and he was left behind. They were, at one point, I feel like he did have he had one or two world title matches, but he never won the title. I think he had a match with Shawn Michaels.
I think so. I think,
but he never.
I think around the time of the screw job, it was floated for Bret to drop the belt to Shamrock. I think that was one of the things Bret suggested, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, crazy.
Dude,
James said, he wrote this as JR saying this, by the way, so I'll say it, but I don't remember this being said. A lot of Undertaker fans are blaming Kane for Undertaker fucking sucking.
Sure.
So I believe that. So the match starts off here. Shamrock is throwing leg kicks at Kane. There's a big "I just did your sister" sign. I thought that was pretty sweet.
I did see that.
Shamrock goes to Rana Kane, but Kane catches him in a fucking powerbomb. Not the big Luth bomb, though. Just the regular
just powerbomb.
The 10-10-3-2-1 double feature is the powerbomb, of course.
Nice.
While this match is going on, there's two guys in the front row doing worked moves, and a guy lariats another guy.
Nice. I missed that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought this match was super fucking whatever, by the way.
It just is what it is, yeah.
Eventually, Kane hits Shamrock with a big boot as Undertaker is coming down to the ring here. I was thinking about this while watching this match specifically. When did they start doing commercials during matches? Like, when did that start?
They usually did not, because they would always have...
Because during this time, they definitely didn't.
They didn't, and I don't know when they... Maybe it was just when they had big
went to
segments.
Spike, you think?
Big segments, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't remember matches really having commercials, unless they were maybe like 2-segment, maybe. Maybe all these matches were so short that's why it wasn't that way.
They booked it so you wouldn't have to miss any, you know what I mean? Maybe main events sometimes, but I don't even know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Shamrock hits a few heel kicks on Kane that hits him with a Rana eventually. which is Shamrock doing a Rana always looked cool to me.
Yeah, before this, I was going to tell you, you were saying the match was like a lot of nothing. I guess
it was kind of whatever, yeah.
What I was going to explain was there was a lot of Kane choking Shamrock, like double chokehold and then chokes him
just
on the ropes.
Laying him in, laying on him.
Yeah. So there was that. That's
strange.
What the match was. Yeah.
Kane sits up immediately after getting a Rana. Kane goes to the top rope, and Undertaker gets on the apron. Kane's going for the big clothesline. Shamrock gets up to take a swing at Taker. Taker jumps off the apron, but pulls the top rope down at the same time, and Kane gets crotched on the top rope.
Was it an accident or was it not?
Oh, good question.
We don't know.
Taker leaves immediately after that, by the way, which I was like, oh, okay, true. And Shamrock goes up top and hits Kane with a fucking belly to belly off the top.
Top rope belly to belly, dude.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Great. And Kane kicked out at 3.1, which I thought was sweet.
Top rope franchise.
I thought that was that was
kicking
cool.
out 3.1. Whoa.
Yeah, I love that shit. More people need to do that.
But he's still pissed about why Taker knocked him off.
But yeah, Kane. I mean, those are two big fuckers to be doing that. That was cool. I wasn't sure. I had to actually go back and see what it was because I thought it was a superplex, but I was like, no, this is like it wasn't a perfect belly to belly. Maybe more like a hip toss, but it was kind of, I think it was meant to be.
If you're gonna be Kane, you got to do a top rope belly to belly because
sure.
I mean, the belly Shamrock. Not to discredit that move. That move was awesome. I thought that. The way he did it looked awesome.
Yeah,
I love the belly to belly.
I do too. Backstage here, we have Terry Reynolds and
she's
Pigtails.
sitting there, and it must be cold. There. It must be cold.
Very cold, always with Terry Reynolds.
Yes.
And then Val Venus' head comes up from the bottom of the camera, and he says, "I found your wedding ring. The kitty cat was playing with it." Okay.
Huh?
Right.
I wrote, huh? What?
Yeah. Thank you, Val Venus. Here's your wedding ring. You were fingering your pussy, and here's your wedding ring. That's also, JR says Stone Cold's going to talk about how he got shafted out of the WWF title match, which I thought was inappropriate.
Very inappropriate. And then they have an up next graphic that I posted on Twitter because
it's fucking weird as hell.
Fucking crazy. So most of it you can tell like who's fighting each other, but it's a picture of Val Venus standing there with his arms folded. It looks like he's completely naked. Then this weird Terry render they used, which I don't know. It's like
it was just kind of.
It's almost like a prison photo. I don't know.
A spare one. Yeah,
it's weird. And then Gangrel just staying there in a leather jacket with his tongue sticking out, and it says "Up next." If you see that graphic, you have no idea the context of that.
Weird.
What the fuck is going on?
It looks like something they would have on like Jerry Springer, like showing what was coming up next.
Yeah,
which maybe what they were going for, really.
Dude, this is crazy.
So we have Val Venus with Terry Reynolds taking on Gangrel with Christian. Christian is out here. There's a sign that says, "Hey Val, teabag bitch." I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Val gets on the mic here and says, "Michigan State was home to the legendary Magic Johnson. Well, tonight, with the big Valboski in town, it's home to the real Magic Johnson." So I'd ask myself, JR says, "What do you mean by that?" I wonder,
awesome.
You know what's weird? So Gangrel comes out here with Christian's fucking Sweet Brood entrance.
No.
I wonder how, huh?
This is not Sweet Brood entrance. No fire. Oh, yeah,
come
no
on.
Fire. No.
They had candles.
No, listen.
They had the candles.
Listen. Gangrel does not come up from the thing.
No,
maybe
it wasn't
it's
there
the
yet.
set. Is the set not able to allow them to do that?
No, I don't think they were doing it yet.
Gangrel crouches down under this fog. And
I don't remember that part.
Stands up so he can look like he's at. Yes, go watch it back. He is crouched down and he uncrouches up. Not the cool Brood entrance, but still
Ascension
cool.
style. Yeah. I wonder how different the like perspective of Gangrel in the Brood would be if they didn't have that song.
Yeah.
Because the song really. I don't know if it made them. Obviously, they like look cool and all, and the presentation was cool. But like that theme music is what people remember them for.
Yeah, for real.
Know?
Iconic. Fond memories of that. Yeah.
As I said, Christian comes out here. JR said he's the younger brother of Edge. And JR also says, "King, I think we need to read up on the Gothic lifestyle."
He also says, I think it's JR. He says, "This rascal's different."
Is that what he says?
Yes. I'm like, okay.
We get into the match. Val hits the Val Venus kitchen sink WrestleMania 2000 move. I don't know what to call it.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Hits the Russian leg sweep. Val then does the grind, and Terry Reynolds does it as well. I think JR calls Terry a Jezebel here or something.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Oh, a tramp. He calls her a tramp. I was like, what? Yeah, I don't know why. The crowd is just popping for Terry Reynolds even walking in their direction, by the way. They're doing stuff in the ring here, just kind of going back and forth. JR says, oh, we're going to focus in the ring for a while. No dueling 45-year-old microphones here. Okay.
Are they getting in their headset from Nitro? What's going on?
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck WCW.
There must have been a promo between like Hogan and somebody backstage.
And JR says, I'd love to know what brought Gangrel and Christopher together.
And then King says, Christopher.
Edge comes out through the crowd and confronts Christopher.
Out, hey, how's it going?
Then Gangrel baseball slides to the floor, smacks Edge in the face, and DDTs him, and then Christopher and Gangrel start stomping him out.
And that's it. The match is over.
And JR calls him Christopher again. Yeah, the match gets thrown out. Val Venus won via count out, by the way. It was not DQ. It was count out.
Yeah, okay.
There's a sign in the crowd that says Goldberg sucks Dave's and Blair's cocks. I don't know who Dave or Blair are.
Probably his two friends. I love when people make friends signs about their friends. Hey, look, I'm on TV.
And then a movie usher makes his way onto the apron to give Val Venus a gold envelope. And Val Venus is shocked by what he reads. And then Goldust music hits. Goldust says, hey, Val, that is your personal invitation to my world premiere next week on Raw.
But if you don't see Goldust, you just hear his voice.
No, it's just his voice. But kind of, you can kind of barely hear Goldust, honestly.
Yeah.
His music is much louder than him.
I was assuming this was, you ever see the movie Last Action Hero? You ever see that movie?
No.
Okay. No,
I have not, sorry.
Well, anyway, in that movie, the guy gives him, he goes to the movies, he's a little kid. He gets a golden ticket, and then he can go inside the screen of the movie because he's got this golden ticket. It's like a magic ticket from Houdini. I was hoping it was going to be that, where Val Venus gets a golden ticket and he gets to go inside the Tron.
You think they were like the Rey Mysterio and Dominic going through the portal?
Yes, exactly. That's what I want to see. Exactly.
They show on Heat Austin axing the cable that got the feed to Vince's room, of course. Lawler on commentary says that could have shocked Mr. McMahon too, and JR says no, it could not. Fuck
That's how it works, you fucking idiot.
They show on Heat Austin came out to confront Shane McMahon on commentary. Austin says, don't you think you're going to run from me, son, because I'm going to have to catch your ass, and you know damn well that I could.
And Shane's like, whoa, it's just between you and my dad. I have nothing to do with that. It's between you and my dad.
Austin says, with a snap of my fingers, I could take you out. And Austin gets in the ring and attacks Midian.
He whoops Dennis Knight, by the way.
Dennis Knight, sorry, he wasn't Midian yet, because he was still Southern Justice, I think, right? He was Jeff Jarrett's crony, I think, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if that was, or he was still associated somehow, I think, with Jarrett. Midian was trying to help Jarrett in Jarrett's match with The Rock. What a fucking crazy sentence.
Yeah.
Midian tried to help Jeff Jarrett in Jeff Jarrett's match with The Rock, but Stone Cold made the save. I feel like that was fucking from
Stone
also
Cold
from
everyone's
WrestleMania 2000.
ass, right?
Yeah. We go back to the undisclosed medical center, and Vince is getting ice put on his leg. He says, easy. And Vince says, I want another nurse. Don't touch me. I want another damn nurse.
And something for the pain. All right,
and bring me something for the pain.
We'll see what we can do. Yeah, we'll try it.
Bring me some perks. I want perks.
Yeah. We'll do what we can.
Up next, we have Al Snow with Head taking on Jeff Jarrett. Jerry Lawler says, somebody call the head nurse for Mr. McMahon. There's a sign in the crowd that says, I would like some head, please.
Dude, there is a lot of Head fans. A lot of maybe
He's
just
so
Head.
over.
There's a lot of Al Snow fans. Maybe not a lot of Al Snow fans, but maybe a lot
maybe
of
Head
fans. Maybe blowjob fans, actually.
A lot of people love
There's a sign that I had to pause because they go onto it. They go onto it for 3 seconds.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about, yeah.
I don't know if you wrote this down, but
yes, but go on.
He says, well, I'll ask you, Johnny, what does everybody want?
Head.
What does everybody need?
Head.
What does everybody end up with?
Hand. It was like the smallest. I had to pause it to fucking see what was going on.
They barely showed it. I don't think they knew what it was, and then it was so good. And then
there was also a sign that it was like "We want" with 4 guys wearing shirts that spelled out "Head."
Yes, those 4 guys with the shirts is awesome.
Which is pretty sweet. Yeah. Kick off the match here. Al Snow is talking to Head in the corner. Jarrett gets bumped to the outside, and Al Snow gets a chair. Then Sergeant Slaughter comes out, and JR calls him the Chin. Here comes the Chin.
Nice.
JR also says Slaughter should get impeached. The referee is distracted. Al Snow sets up a chair on the outside, and Sabu's into the barricade.
Whoa,
He just
that's
jumps off the
awesome,
chair
yeah.
and just Sabu spot. Al Snow then starts army crawling towards Slaughter, but Jarrett fucking picks up the chair and nails Al Snow right in the back of his fucking head.
Yeah.
It was disgusting,
So
dude.
good,
Oh
though.
my god. Al eventually swings head at Jarrett and when they're in the ring. Jarrett ducks and then gets scoop slammed by Al. Al goes to the top rope with head. Slaughter gets on the apron and shakes the top rope, pretty much just doing the same as the Kane spot
What
from
the
earlier.
fuck? Yeah, you booked that? Like,
Yeah, it's right after, pretty much.
Yeah.
Al Snow gets crotched on the top. The referee calls for the DQ, and Al Snow wins. Get fucked.
Cool.
We come backstage, and Road Dogg, X-Pac, and China are walking there. Road Dogg has both tag belts, Canyon style. And then we go to the match. Road Dogg with X-Pac and a blow-up doll that's supposed to represent Billy Gunn.
To play the part
versus,
of badass.
versus Mark Henry with D'Lo Brown. Road Dogg says the part of badass Billy Gunn is being played by my good friend Mona, or Mrs. Ass.
Nice. Love it.
Road Dogg says D-Generation X proudly brings to you its tag team champions of the world.
Give him some slack, man. He's working without Billy Gunn.
Fuck him. Jerry Lawler says he has the document that China was given earlier that she balled up, and it says that Mark Henry is suing China for sexual harassment.
Whoa.
JR says, that is unbelievable. Lawsuit after lawsuit in this society. JR is, I don't know, something must have happened with a sexual harassment lawsuit in like the real world at that time or something. Because they were, or something, maybe did Vince get sued for something? Like, it seems like they were leaning on it to make fun of it for some
Was the
reason.
Bill
I don't
Clinton
know
stuff
why.
going on at the time?
I don't know.
I
was
yeah,
you were like
maybe.
32. I was like 6.
It might have
You
been the
should
Bill
fucking know better
Clinton,
than me.
Monica stuff,
Maybe.
but I'm not sure. Anyway.
We start the match off here. Mark Henry throws Road Dogg into the buckle fucking really
Whoa,
hard.
He eats that buckle.
D'Lo's taunting Road Dogg with the European title, which was pretty funny. JR says, Mr. Dogg is looking good here tonight. Mr. Dogg, if you will.
Of course.
D'Lo trips Road Dogg when he's hitting the ropes, and Mark Henry hits a leg drop on the back of Road Dogg's head. X-Pac goes after D'Lo on the outside, and then China comes down the ramp and attacks D'Lo. The referee's arguing with China. X-Pac gets into the ring, and as China is arguing with the ref, Jerry Lawler says, what is she saying? Is it sexual?
Oh my gosh.
X-Pac hits the X-Factor on Mark Henry. Road Dogg gets the win here.
Yeah, because Road Dogg's not going to hit the pump handle slam on Mark Henry.
No way. D'Lo goes to attack Road Dogg, but Road Dogg rolls out. Did you notice that his nameplate said Road Dogg with 1 G? Very strange. I didn't know if that was
it might have been
a typo or...
I don't know. Road Dogg always used to see DOWG, so I don't know how they could get it wrong.
Yeah. Mark Henry is pissed about losing this match. He goes outside the ring and grabs a chair and starts chasing after DX, but they are long gone. So it just kind of fucking
And then it never,
pretty fun.
they don't meet up backstage. They just get away.
Yeah, no. We go backstage, by the way, speaking of, and The Rock is backstage in a vest? In a weird... What is this vest that he's fucking wearing?
I don't know.
I was so thrown off by it. I was like, I've never seen him wear this. He doesn't wear it to the ring, so I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like a brand thing or something. Then we go backstage, or sorry, not backstage. We go to the Undisclosed Medical Center. Vince is in the hospital still. He's being booed for being there.
He's going to have some comments here tonight.
Well, Vince says, can I get some more juice, please? He just wants some more fucking juice. Give Vince the juice, please.
Also, they were, I don't know when they said, I think they said at the top of the show or whatever, before we get to the main, hospital segment. They say Austin will have an uninterrupted in-ring segment later tonight or something.
Did they say that?
Yeah, that was like the build for it. Like, because Vince wasn't here, so Austin was going to come out uninterrupted and address, that's just a way to, swerve us.
I guess, like, to swerve that Austin would, okay, yeah.
But, so he wants some more juice. I need more juice.
It is now time for the hospital segment. JR says, we're going to go to Mr. McMahon now, and Vince is getting his blood pressure checked. We can't talk to him yet.
They start out saying, we're going to get some comments from Vince, and then blood pressure, and then he's sitting there like,
I guess we can't talk to him yet.
Not yet. And then Vince's like, you checked it last time, right? Is it the same?
Is it the same? Is it the same as last time? Yeah, it is. All right,
we
well,
good?
then stop doing this.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, what is my blood pressure? I don't know. We're good, though.
They recap the Zamboni incident one more time, and then we finally get to talking to Vince McMahon. Jerry Lawler says, Vince looks like... Lawler says, Vince looks like he's in a lot of pain. Is that the head nurse? Jared says, I think we're on ignore. Oh, yeah, that's right, because Vince says, you're going to find it it's normal every time. Every time you take it, you find it it's normal. And nurse says, it'll be all right. We're almost done. And Vince says, we're almost done? Is it normal? Nurse says, it's real good.
Yeah, real medical professional.
And then the nurse says, it looks fine to me. How about you, doctor? And the doctor says, I'll take it from here, nurse.
All time greatest line of all time. I'll take it from here, nurse.
This look on fucking Vince's face is unbelievable. And then Austin runs over, full doctor outfit, starts whooping Vince's ass, just pounding away on him, beating the shit out of him. He says, how about I take a look at his leg? And he starts fucking punching away at Vince's broken leg.
Awesome. Oh.
Vince is screaming, just fucking unbelievable. Austin reaches down, grabs a bedpan, he hits him so perfectly with this thing, it makes the most incredible
They hit like the right
sound.
They must have practiced it because they hit right in the middle and go
I
dong.
think Stone Cold says he was tapping around on it with his knuckle to find like the sweet spot, so he had to just kind of line it up perfectly.
It sounds like the bell when you low blow people in No Mercy. Dong.
It does, yeah. I just love Vince.
It's so good. Austin gets the defib and zaps.
He defibrillates Vince, and Vince goes, and then he defibrillates him. Vince falls to the floor, and Austin starts stomping him out. And Vince says, no, please, no. And then Austin bends Vince over the bed. What is he? Is it an IV or is it the stethoscope?
It's an enema, dude. And you know what enema? He gives him a literal enema.
He's fucking sticks it right up his ass, and the screen goes dark, and the fucking segment ends with Austin saying, piece of trash. Just the most Austin. I wish Mattel would make a fucking 2-pack of this fucking segment.
Bedpan and
like
Vince with the
hospital
cast
bed,
and
bedpan,
Austin in the nurse outfit.
Dr.
Oh my
Austin,
gosh.
Yes.
That should, dude, I don't know how they haven't yet.
I'd be fucking
with a little bed that he could sit on too. Oh, a whole place there.
This is. How about you, doctor? I'll take it from here, nurse. Just
so classic.
Unfucking believable stuff, dude. That bedpan sound, like, I'll remember that for the rest of my fucking life.
Dude, you know what? It's kind of Vince's fault. If he would have let Mick Foley and Yurple stay in there, none of this would have happened.
That's true, yeah. That's true.
And
why did none of Vince's immediate family come to visit him?
Because it was undisclosed, you know?
Nobody
knew where it was.
Not even, well, he said he wanted only his family could be there, but they never showed up.
I don't know. The McMahons aren't the best family. Let me just say that.
And then we go on to the main event here, The Rock versus Undertaker, which I feel like I've watched 700
We've
fucking
seen
times.
this match a million, and I have that list somewhere that I put the matches together. I gotta find it again. But literally, they wrestle.
Though I will say, I think this was one of the better ones out of the ones that we watched.
Dude, The Rock had 2 years of experience in the business at this time. What the fuck?
Is that right?
They said that on commentary. I looked it up. 2 years of experience in this. 2 years and he's main eventing against The Undertaker. Holy shit.
He's just a different kind of shark, dude. That was like, he's an all-timer, and that's crazy.
This is pre-titty surgery Rock, and I always just see that every time he comes out. I don't know why.
PT, this is PT.
Yeah, pre-titty Rock. He had maybe a little more experience under his biz than he gets his titty surgery, but yeah.
Of course, we get the "You Smell" entrance here.
Hell yeah.
Undertaker's Assad Timberblade out of his mind here as well.
Yeah.
Taker starts the match, kicking Rock right in the gut right before the bell. Taker hits a big lariat for a 2 count here. D'Lo and Mark Henry come out for the 12th time on this fucking show to support The Rock because they're still in the nation of domination.
Hell yeah.
Kane comes out as The Rock is stomping Taker in the corner. Rock starts talking shit to Kane, probably calls him a piece of trash, and then gets chokeslammed by The Undertaker almost on top of his fucking head.
Oh my gosh, gnarly.
He gets him up so high and like almost dumps him on his shit. D'Lo and Mark Henry eventually just leave. But Kane stays at ringside. Lawler says D'Lo's probably going back to Europe.
True.
The Rock kicks out of that chokeslam. Taker hits the patented Undertaker because it wasn't called old school yet. He just patented Undertaker. Is what it was.
Okay.
JR says The Rock is 26 years of age here, and we think that Kane is in his 20s as well.
Classic.
Rock hits dude, this was so weird. I don't know why, but I feel like I've never seen The Rock do this before. Rock does a sunset flip to The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I was like, this feels wrong.
That's Blue Chipper Rock trying to do that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that's Rocky Maivia there still.
Yeah.
Taker goes for old school again, but The Rock fucking tugs him off the top rope. Taker takes a bump. JR says, Rock just jerked The Undertaker off the top rope.
Yes.
Rock hits a Russian leg sweep, then hits the people's elbow. Rock picks Taker up, then gets hit with a throat thrust. The Rock whips The Undertaker into Earl Hebner, and Earl Hebner fucking dies. And we have a double down after a double clothesline here. Kane goes and bullies the timekeeper away and takes his fucking chair. Taker sits up and Rock gets to his feet. Taker whips the Rock into the ropes, but Rock reverses and Kane hits Taker in the back with a chair.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Did he do it on purpose?
I don't know.
Did he do
We're
it on
going to have
purpose?
to tune in next week to find out.
Kane slides the chair into the ring as the Rock is hitting the Rock bottom and going for the pin, but the referee is still out. As Rock is trying to get the ref up, Taker sits up and then grabs Rock. Tombstone on the chair.
Whoa.
Throws the chair out of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Undertaker gets the win. Only in the WWF will you see action like this, Tony.
Not on that shitty old people talking
Not
in the
another
ring.
fucking piece of shit show. So yeah, I think this is one of the better Rock Taker matches on a weekly show that we've watched.
For sure.
And we've watched like 5 of them. I feel like
a
by this point.
non-pay-per-view television match. Yeah, they actually for once they give us a finish on the end of a Raw.
Yeah.
I never
It wasn't
noticed.
entirely clean, but yeah, it was.
Also on the show, you have like 4 non-finishes. You have the Edge thing.
Yeah,
and you have
fuck,
like
so many
you have a
DQs
count out.
and no con.
It's so crazy that I never noticed that as a kid. Like you don't now.
No, it didn't matter to me. No,
everyone's armchair booking. I can't believe they did this or did that or did that.
Yeah.
But like back then, nothing ever finished in the main event, which is Austin giving stunners. But
we were very fucking stupid. I mean, kids are very dumb, and so were we. So I don't know if we were anything to go by. Maybe they should have been doing things not like this. I don't know.
Crazy.
I'm sure there's people. I'm sure there's kids growing up that thought like the 2010 era of WWE was like the best shit ever, and that shit sucked.
Yeah, right. I know. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, there you go. That was WWF from October 5th, 1998. A legendary fucking segment with Austin and Vince there.
Mr. Socko, the birth of Mr. Socko.
Yeah, Mrs. Ass on the show as well.
So good. Oh, I love
a lot of classic stuff there. That was pretty fun.